something that's pretty rare, something that I'd not seen too much of, and quite frankly was very happy to see around this issue. But at stake we had $28.8 million, and the idea was what could best be used, those funds could best be used for to help people who are still trying to stay in their homes. So with both Democrats and Republicans in both the House and the Senate, they came together and passed this bill without a single vote against. And again, it's rare enough that there's a bipartisan coming together. It's even more rare that it's unanimous. But this program is really meant to target people who are struggling to stay in their homes. Then they have the awful choice of paying their mortgage or paying their utility bills. Sometimes they have prescriptions that they have to pay for. So there's all sorts of things that they have to juggle. Well, this comes at a time when some of the federal programs, the monies that had been going to support low-income heating assistance were really, let's say, questionable. I think we're still waiting to see what those numbers would be. But the Indiana General Assembly, I think, came together in a way that I'm very proud of the men and women that serve all of us in our Indiana General Assembly, that they could put aside what at the time was a very divisive legislative session to come together, work with my office in trying to meet the needs of the people of our state that are in this difficult position with the housing crisis. So today, we start this process of going around and announcing the fact that the LIHEAP program, the Low-Income Heating Energy Assistance Program, LIHEAP, is going to be initiated on a state basis. So we do have a federal program. This is the state monies that we were allocated, and it's really meant to go to those homeowners who are struggling to pay their mortgages. At the same time, they have higher heating bills and energy needs. So this is really a day that we don't really always celebrate some of the things that go on down at the General Assembly, but it is something that I want to thank the legislators from the region, particularly Lonnie Randolph, who I know is very supportive of this, Charlie Brown, and a number of others who all came to my office for a nice signing ceremony, and I really celebrated not just the efforts of their body to come together, but really what it meant for some of the people that places like this serve. So let me stop there, and if Gina wants to explain a little more about the program, or do you want to? I only give the old.
Very used to that.
All right.
So when you go to apply for energy assistance this year, what will happen is the eligibility requirements for LIHEAP will be the same at 150% of the income poverty guideline, which is about, for a family of four, is about $34,000. And you can find where you can go to apply at our website or just by contacting 211 for a local site near you. And what will happen is you'll receive your regular energy assistance benefit, and then the homeowners will receive an additional $50 towards their bill.
All right. Well, I appreciate a little more information, and we'll take any questions if you'd like.
Is this a one-time $50 help for their bill?
I think the budget, as I saw, was supposed to be spread out over up to 8 years, depending on the number of people. So this will fund this program at a state basis. Did they say 8 or 7?
Energy assistance is a one-time benefit, so when you receive that $50, it will be for the year.
But
it will be funded over.
Yeah, all the details of how the Indiana Housing and Community Development Authority, the state agency that oversees the LIHEAP federal program and is charged with overseeing the state energy assistance program that the Attorney General is speaking of today. All the details of that have not been released, but the initial word is that just under $4 million will be released for this program statewide. So you can do the math, it's over about a it appears that it'll be released over a 7 to 8 year time period as was said.
So there will be, future use of these same funds. It's not all going to be put into play just in this 1 year, but it is a one-time annual payment.
So you can receive, once you've received it the one time, you can't receive it until the following year.
That's correct.
The other thing is, this money is coming from a settlement from foreclosures from the banks. What about individuals that actually lost their homes? Will they be eligible for any of this money?
The ones who lost their home, there's a direct payment that goes from the banks. Those checks have been, I don't know that they've all gone out, but they were being done in areas of the state. And I think that was something like a $1,200. Again, it's maybe these are people who've already lost their homes, but it might come a time when those funds would be helpful. But again, those checks don't go through our office, but there's a settlement manager around the country that works with all the banks and making sure these checks go out to the right people. All right. Well, with that, I'll thank everybody for coming. Wave to the lake shore.